This video is an interview between Judith Reisman, an American researcher, and Ariane Bierron, a French psychopathologist. It is from 2017, but it's still relevant because it gives us crucial information to better understand what is happening today, measure the dangers that our children are facing, and be able to take the right actions to protect them. We divided the original interview of 3 hours in several small sections to facilitate its viewing, and we made some little changes. We advise you, of course, strongly to listen to all the videos until the end. Judith Reisman unfortunately left us in April 2021. But she leaves us a considerable amount of documented work that allowed us to understand the deep cause of the degeneration of our society, of institutionalized corruption, of couple issues, of the current troubles of our youth, and also to discover who was interested in annihilating the parental rights and sexualizing the children. It is by knowing the root cause of a problem that we can find the solutions to resolve it. The analysis of the official text of the WHO and the International Planned Parenthood, exposed in Ariane Bierron's book, The Imposture of the Sexual Rights, or the Law of the Pedophile in Service of Worldwide Totalitarianism, is aligned with the work of Judith Reisman. It validates the thesis according to which there is a will to traumatize children by sexualizing them from the youngest age in order to have total control over them and at the same time annihilate parental authorities so the parents are not able to protect them. In the US, parents are beginning to strongly express their indignation to school boards about the presence of pornographic content in school libraries, even in elementary schools, and the legitimate concern about explicit sex education curriculum. European parents have the same exact concerns, as it is a global issue. That's why this interview should be seen by European parents as well as American parents. Today more than ever, it is important that parents particularly take back the control of their authority over their children and protect them. The Translation Bridge presents this interview translated into French and English and takes the opportunity to pay tribute to these two women who, with their exemplary research and analysis, each in their own time and place, allowed us to go back to the root cause of the insanity that is taking over our world. They have revealed to the public the true face of the organizations that claim to work for our own good and the one of our children. Their respective work complements each other marvelously well to enlighten us, and it will remain inscribed in history. We invite you to read the articles on our website or watch the videos on our YouTube or other platforms that we have translated from Judith Reisman, Ariane Bierron, or other experts to refine your judgment on the current situation. Knowing that these two women, like all those who target the heart of a problem or expose the truth, have been subjected to numerous slanders and are victims of censorship. So let's use our best judgment and listen to those who have analyzed the official text and historical facts. Because the issue is not to create sensationalism, to broadcast dark and sordid stories, to occupy available brain time, or to get lost in childish ego battle, but to debunk the root of evil and to individually act at our level. Don't forget to subscribe to our channels if you haven't already done it to get notification for the next videos. Like the videos, comment on them, and share them massively so that all together we can broadcast this precious information. The Translation Bridge is totally independent, is not linked to any religious or political organization. We thank you for your support, your donations, large or small, so that we can continue to offer you quality content. Out of respect for the work of the translators and video editors, If you want to download the video to put it on your site, we ask you to publish all the links and the references that we have put under the video. Those who use the content or get inspired from the contents we are sharing should have the courtesy to mention the authors and the platforms that broadcast their work out of respect for the author's work and our work. This being said, in the current situation, many of us are in shock and often feel helpless. By sharing this information with your friends, family, colleagues, and local doctors, you are taking actions. The first step to make a shift of consciousness is to share the right information. Then the time will come to concentrate on solutions and build on good and new foundations. We wish you all the courage to face reality. As Judith Weisman said, the level of our mental health is measured by our ability to face reality. Have a good viewing.
Dernière question. Ici en France, les gens sont totalement incrédules et font encore confiance à ceux que j'appelle les passionnés du pouvoir. La propagande médiatique est réelle et j'ai pu constater avec d'autres des articles dithyrambiques en faveur de l'enfant sexuel et de l'éducation sexuelle des enfants, des accusations calomnieuses quasi systématiques sur qui tentent de promouvoir le débat sur le sujet, une censure des commentaires sur les médias officiels ne respectant pas leur charte sur le contradictoire, nous avons des preuves. Il se passe des choses étranges, par exemple des commentaires élogieux sur mon livre Amazon disparaissent, des pages Facebook résistantes sur ces sujets sont supprimées, etc. La majorité de la population reste totalement incrédule, et saute d'autant que rien n'est fait frontalement. J'ai deux images en tête, celle de la toile d'araignée tissée par les lobbies pédocriminels pour l'infiltration dans tous les domaines, l'éducation, la protection de l'enfance, etc., et celle de la pieuvre. Cette dernière est majeure. On occupe des militants des droits à des sous-sujets. Par exemple, les féministes, on les occupe à l'éducation sexuelle en leur faisant croire qu'elles vont protéger les enfants en leur apprenant à dire non. Ainsi, elles n'ont aucune connaissance du tableau d'ensemble et par ailleurs, on les fait adhérer à la croyance que l'enfant est en capacité de dire non à des relations sexuelles. Or, s'il peut dire non, il peut dire oui. Ou encore, on occupe les militants à des avancées nationales, par exemple, cause des violences faites aux femmes, en occultant totalement ce qui se trame par l'OMS en matière de droits sexuels de l'enfant. Il est certain que lorsque le consentement de l'enfant sera accepté, c'en est fini de la question de la minorité sexuelle. Mais les manipulations de masse sont tellement habiles, les gens sont tellement occupés par leur vie quotidienne que c'est compliqué de leur faire prendre conscience du danger aujourd'hui réel que courent leurs enfants. Sur la pieuvre encore, ici les enseignants n'ont pas forcément entendu parler de ces cours d'éducation sexuelle, donc le déni, mais c'est écrit dans les textes officiels, c'est en grand déploiement et ce ne sera pas forcément fait par les enseignants. En clair, depuis que je me suis penchée sur le sujet, j'ai découvert à quel point notre système était complètement vérolé jusqu'à la moelle. Aussi, je voudrais vous poser une dernière question. Que faire ? Quelles sont les actions à mettre en œuvre pour protéger nos enfants de cette sexualisation précoce, de ces mensonges, des lois de plus en plus souples et permissives envers les pédocriminels et de ces endoctrinements de masse sur la jeunesse qui sont en cours de déploiement en France?
This is systematic all throughout the globe. So it comes from a groups, they meet together, they decide things, they plan all this stuff, and then they go out and they distribute it to the nation. Yeah, the corruption is extreme, and it's taken us 60, 70 years to get here. Which means you've groomed 4 generations. How do you ungroom 4 generations? I wish I could give a nice, pat answer. Vote for the right people. What? What? I think Frida, had the right idea. The fact that she could wake up so many people and have real protest. Yeah, that was a major achievement, major achievement. And the fact that she got attacked and slandered was going to happen because she was accomplishing some kind of, you know, shaking up the brains a little bit. Yeah. But you're up against huge money. We are up against huge money. It's not just Rockefeller, of course, anymore. It's Soros and Gates and all the rest of these elite people who think that they have, the world owes them everything. Yeah. And who seek the power over everyone. So I don't know. I mean, I keep, you know, talking, try and get my books into as many languages as possible, because when I'm able to show the graphs, the charts of the babies being tortured, being for science, quote unquote, it still shocks, it still shames, it still frightens, it still stirs people. It does. When you can connect that with, and that's why I stay focused on Kinsey. When you can connect that with the massive changes that have taken place, which everyone experiences, everyone knows their lives are falling apart. Everyone knows that. Who has not lost a sibling, a child, an uncle, an aunt? Who has not lost to this sexual revolution? Who? Everybody's lost. Who hasn't paid the price? So you know, people can be awakened, and I struggle to say it was fake science, criminal science, science that called itself science, and that all the scientists pretty much embraced and promoted. What does that tell you about all the science out there? What does it tell you? If nobody, I mean, what? Some little old grandmother had to figure this out? No. So, you know, the fight, you just have to keep waging the battle. I think a major battle now is, for you, is age of consent. This business of lowering the age of consent to 11, the legalization of prostitution, which legalizes babies practically, you know, and for the people to understand that, look, the human brain, remember, we have it all over the place. The human brain does not mature until roughly age 25. So you are expecting children to engage in rational, cognitive thinking, make objective decisions about consent, when they do not have the capability to do that. Well-established pictures up the wazoo of the human brain and its development. I hope you have that. You have ours? Jay Geed at the Institute, the Health Institute, has done the brain scans on age by age, and it shows right there. And if you need brain scans, for goodness sakes, for centuries we had the age of consent 21 years of age, because it was obvious we don't mature until roughly 21 years of age, you know? So anyway, I'm sorry.
Merci vraiment de tout le temps que vous nous avez consacré. Je rappelle que vous avez 82 ans, que vous avez consacré votre vie avec cœur et courage à dénoncer l'imposture scientifique de Kinsey et consorts. Sachez que vous n'avez pas travaillé en vain, car le flambeau est repris en France, et je vous dis toute mon admiration pour l'ampleur et la rigueur de votre œuvre.
Thank you so much, Judith, for all the time you dedicated. And she must remind our listeners that you are 82 years old. I'm sorry, we shouldn't say the age of a lady, but it's that's our
Perfectly
text.
fine. That's okay. No, I object to that business. I mean, some people may. Yeah,
And
come
you
on.
dedicated your whole life with all your heart and courage to report the scientific deception of Kinsey and his partners and associates. She knows that you have not worked in vain because the flame has been taken back to France, and she's telling you all the admiration that she has for you and for the scope and the rigor of your work, and she thanks you again, and I thank you again so much for your time and energy and efforts in putting the good word out, and this big Kinsey deception and the sexual predation that is ruling this society and all its engineering levels from the womb to our death, and thank you so much, Judith.
Well, if you can bring me to France to testify in Parliament, if I can get to Parliament anywhere, the sane people there, I'm happy to do it. Yeah, we did it in Croatia, and it worked. The Supreme Court in Croatia, said no, we can't have this sex education. It violates parents and all that sort of stuff. So, I'm always ready for that.
Wow, we're wishing that France would follow Croatia's court system. That we're keeping our fingers crossed, but you never know. We wish to make a better world for our children, actually, and for ourselves.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Judith. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Ariana.
See.
I do find friends in you.
Bye.